Welcome to a guided tour of some Dodge minivan features that may be new to you.
But first, thank you for purchasing or leasing a Dodge minivan. We want your driving experience to be a pleasant one, and we recommend that you review the index sections of this product features video that apply to your vehicle.
All of the index symbols used in this video are displayed on the box. If you're interested in a specific section, simply fast forward until you see the index symbol in the lower right corner of the screen for the feature of interest to you.
Your Dodge minivan may be equipped with 1 or 2 power sliding doors. For greater safety, these doors will only operate with a power function when the shift lever is in the park or neutral position. They will not operate if you are stopped with the shift lever in any forward or reverse gear, or if they are locked. Of course, the doors will still operate manually. There are a number of ways that you can open or close a power sliding door. You can press the button on the remote keyless entry transmitter. You can press the switch on the overhead console, or use the switch on the trim panel at the front of the sliding door opening. Press once to open the door, and again to close it. If anything obstructs the power sliding door while it's closing, the door will automatically reverse to the open position, provided it meets sufficient resistance. The same is true when the door is opening. If it encounters an obstruction, it will automatically reverse to the closed position. The key fob or interior switches will not reverse the power sliding doors while power opening. However, they can be reversed when power closing with the key fob or interior switches.
Your minivan has a sliding door on the driver's side, either power or manually operated, and it cannot be opened while the fuel filler door is open, for safety reasons. If your minivan has power sliding doors, you can also use them manually. For example, if you use the power feature to close the door, and then you change your mind, say maybe you left something in the vehicle, well, you can simply grab the handle and pull the door open before it finishes closing. Or, if you open the door with the power feature, you can finish opening the door manually. If you do this, the power feature won't operate again until after the door has been either opened or closed all the way.
If you do open and close the power doors manually, there are a few guidelines to remember. Always try to open and close the door with a motion that is smooth and at an even rate. When you open the door, don't slam it hard against the doorstop. Be especially careful when you park your minivan on an uphill angle, because the weight of the door will make it slide faster in the downhill position. If you park on a downhill angle, the sliding door has a hold-open latch that engages when the door is fully open. You don't have to do anything special, just open the door all the way. There's no special procedure for closing the door when the hold-open latch is engaged either. Incidentally, the power sliding doors have a smart electronic control module that actually learns the door speed for normal operation, including parking on hills. It also continually updates this knowledge to account for changes in the weather. As a reminder, be sure to relock all of your doors when leaving your vehicle unattended.
You may want to prevent rear seat occupants from using the power door controls, or you may want to keep children from being able to open the rear doors from the inside. There are 2 different ways of doing this. To disable the power sliding door controls for the rear passengers, simply press the on-off button in the overhead console. The system is disabled when the switch is in the depressed position, and enabled when the switch is flush with the individual door switches. If you want to prevent rear seat occupants from being able to open the sliding doors, either manually or with the power controls, you should activate the child protection door locks. The activation lever is located on the rear shut face of the sliding door and can be accessed when the door is open. Simply slide the lever toward the vehicle to engage the lock. Now, close the door normally.
Activating the child protection door lock disables the door open function of the power door switches located on the trim panel, as well as the manually operated door handles. The only way to open the door with the child protection door lock engaged is with the power switches on the overhead console, the remote keyless entry fob,
or by manually using the outside door handle. To disengage the child protection door lock, simply move the activation lever away from the vehicle.
Remember, if you ever find the doors do not open with the rear seat power switches, make sure that the child protection door lock has not been accidentally engaged. And also, make sure that the doors are not locked. Your minivan may also be equipped with a power liftgate. Generally speaking, it works a lot like the power sliding doors that we just demonstrated. When the shift lever is in park or neutral, you can open or close the power liftgate with the remote keyless entry transmitter or with the switch on the overhead console. Always be sure that the path is clear before opening or closing the power liftgate. To open the power liftgate with the remote keyless entry transmitter, press and hold the button for at least 1 second. You'll hear a beeping sound to signal that the liftgate is opening. It only takes a few seconds for the liftgate to fully open or close. To close the power liftgate using the remote keyless entry transmitter, press the button again and hold it down for at least 1 second. When closing the liftgate, you can reverse the action at any time if necessary by pressing the switch again. However, you cannot reverse it when the liftgate is opening. Just like the power sliding doors, if anything obstructs the power liftgate while it's opening, the liftgate will automatically reverse to the closed position. You'll hear the beeping signal again. The same is true if the liftgate reaches an obstacle while it's closing. It will automatically reverse to the open position. There are also pinch sensors attached to the side of the liftgate opening above the taillights. Gentle pressure anywhere along these strips will cause the liftgate to return to the open position.
As with the power sliding doors, the power liftgate is controlled by a smart electronic module that learns the conditions of normal operation and makes adjustments as necessary. On a windy day, you may find that the power liftgate does not want to fully open or close because it detects the wind force and thinks it's encountered an obstacle. And if it's extremely cold outside, minus 12 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 24 degrees Celsius or lower, the power feature will be deactivated for protection. Snow or ice buildup can also prevent the system from working. In either case, you'll need to open or close the liftgate manually. This is easy because the power mechanism disengages when the liftgate is fully open or fully closed. To manually open the liftgate, it must first be unlocked. You can unlock the liftgate using the vehicle's key, just like you would any door. On the inside of the light bar face, there's a squeeze switch. Simply reach in and squeeze it to manually release the latch. Gas-charged props support the liftgate in the open position. However, the gas pressure inside them drops with temperature, and you may need to assist the props when opening the liftgate in cold weather. Warning: driving with the liftgate open can allow poison exhaust gases into your vehicle. You and your passengers could be injured by these fumes. Keep the liftgate closed when you're operating the vehicle. If you absolutely must drive with the liftgate open, make sure that all windows are closed and that the climate control blower switch is set at high speed in fresh air mode. Never use the climate control recirculation mode when the liftgate is open. And remember, when you park your vehicle, be sure to relock all of your doors when leaving your vehicle unattended.
The key fob power sliding door and liftgate function buttons always unlock. They will not lock. When using the key fob, only the lock button will lock your minivan.
Your minivan may have a removable and movable floor console. It has a number of handy features, including a power outlet, storage tray, cell phone holder, pencil holder, tissue holder, and a map holder. The rear compartment is also illuminated for your convenience. We say the console is movable because it can be positioned between either the front bucket seats or the middle two bucket seats. Here's how you would remove the console from its existing position. Open the rear lid and remove the storage tray. Pull the release handle located inside the floor console. Using the front and rear grab handles, slide the console rearward to disengage the front of the console and lift up to remove the unit from the floor. Remove the rubber protective cover from the rear floor tray and reposition it to the front floor tray.
If you plan to leave the console out of the vehicle for an extended time, we suggest that you purchase a second rubber protective floor cover from your dealer's parts department for long-term protection of the power outlet in the floor tray. If you'd like, you can also purchase a second console from the same Mopar source. To reinstall the console, slide it forward to engage the front of the unit in the tray. Push down on the rear of the console with enough force to engage the latch. You should hear the latch snap into position. Pull up on the console to confirm that it is firmly attached. There is one important difference between the front and middle row positions that you must be aware of. When it's positioned in its front seat location, the console receives continuous full-time battery power from the vehicle battery. It is therefore very important to ensure that the light is off and that accessories are not left plugged in when not in use. Over an extended period of time, even a cellular phone can discharge the vehicle battery enough to reduce the battery's lifespan or to prevent the engine from starting. On the other hand, when the console is installed between the middle row of seats, it's powered only when the vehicle ignition switch is on. If you prefer to have the console always powered when it's between the middle seats as well, your dealership can make this adjustment for you. Also, accessories which draw greater amounts of power, such as coolers, vacuum cleaners, lights, and so on, should only be used intermittently and with caution. This applies regardless of where the console is positioned.
The Grand Caravan may be equipped with a cargo organizer. If not, you can purchase one as a Mopar accessory from your dealer. The cargo organizer provides two major functions. First, as you might guess from its name, it can organize cargo and help keep it from moving around while you drive. When it's open, the organizer forms a storage bin with two folding dividers that are spaced to accommodate up to 6 full-size paper grocery bags. When you need to carry plastic grocery bags, the organizer can work with the existing seat-back mounted hangers to keep everything tidy. The organizer's interior space can be configured to fit a wide variety of cargo by raising or lowering the dividers.
You can raise the organizer with one hand using the hinged handle at the rear edge. The handle also operates latches that retain the organizer in either position. Do not exceed the weight limit specified on the cargo organizer when it is in the raised position. In the raised position, the organizer can also serve as a security cover, allowing you to hide items underneath. The cargo organizer's other useful feature is that it enables you to create a continuous load floor when the rear seats are folded flat. When all the dividers are lowered, this enables you to carry 4-foot by 8-foot sheets of building material easily, while conveniently keeping the seats in the vehicle. Cargo should always be properly secured, and that's why there's a convenience net included to help keep loose items in place.
If you ever want to remove the cargo organizer from your vehicle, simply loosen the 2 quarter-turn knobs and lift it out. The cargo organizer weighs approximately 27 pounds. For more information about how to use the cargo organizer, refer to the printed instructions that came with it.
Everyone riding in your vehicle needs to be buckled up at all times. That includes infants and children, too. To make that easier, your minivan is equipped with a child restraint anchorage system called LATCH, which stands for Lower Anchors and Tether for Children.
The latch system allows you to correctly install compatible aftermarket child restraints without using the vehicle seatbelt. Between the bottom of the seat back and the bottom cushion of the rear seat are round bar anchors. If your child's seat is latch compatible, you can simply lock it onto the lower anchors. Then, to secure the child seat into position, attach the tether strap that's included with your child seat or purchased separately to the top tether anchor located on the rear of the seat back.
If you have bucket seats in the second row, each can accommodate one latch-compatible child seat. A second row bench can accommodate 2 latch seats. The rear bench seat can accommodate up to 2 latch-compatible child seats. The middle seating position is preferred. If you want to use 2 latch seats, you'll need to use the 2 outer positions. If you are going to use a child seat in the rear bench seat, make sure that the bench seat is moved all the way back in its adjustable track.
Always use seat belts. Remember, children 12 and under should always be in a back seat, correctly using an infant or child restraint system or a seat belt that's right for their age and size. General information is available in your owner's manual. Follow the restraint manufacturer's directions exactly when installing any infant or child restraint system.
Your minivan is equipped with the next generation multi-staged front airbags, which are environmentally friendly and certified to the federal regulations that allow less forceful front airbags. They can deploy at different rates depending on the impact. There are a few simple steps you can take to help improve the effectiveness of a deploying airbag. All occupants, including children, should wear their lap and shoulder belts properly. Never place the shoulder belt behind, on, or under the arm. The driver and front passenger should move their seats back as far as practical from the airbag. All children 12 years old and under should always be in a back seat, correctly using an infant or child restraint system, or a seat belt that is right for their age and size. Among the warning lights in the instrument cluster is one for your vehicle's airbags. Like most of these warning lights, the airbag warning light will briefly appear when you start the vehicle to check the bulbs and circuits. If the airbag light remains on or reappears while driving, the vehicle may require service. See your dealer. And by the way, the seatbelt light will remain continuously lit after the engine start as a reminder until the driver's seatbelt is fastened.
In addition to the standard front airbags, your minivan may be equipped with available supplemental side airbags for front seat occupants. These airbags are located along the outside edge of the front seat backs. In the event of side impact, the side airbag control module determines if the collision is severe enough to require inflation of either or both side airbags. Always wear your seat belts properly to help keep you in the correct position for any airbag to protect you. Never lean your head near the window, instrument panel, or steering wheel where an airbag inflates. And do not use accessory seat covers or door-mounted cup holders in minivans equipped with supplemental side airbags.
Your minivan may be equipped with a 50-50 fold and tumble rear seat. This seat provides exceptional flexibility for handling both passengers and cargo. You can use it as a bench seat for up to 3 people.
You can fold one or both seat backs to carry long items, or you can tumble the rear seat forward to create more cargo space.
You can remove the second row of seats and move the 50-50 seat forward, or you can remove both the second and third row seats to maximize cargo space.
Let's see how you can do these things. To fold the seat back forward, simply pull the handle marked with a 1 located behind the seat. The seat back will latch in the folded position. Now, you may need to press down on the seat back to ensure that it latches in the folded position. The same lever will return the seat back to the upright position. If you want to tumble forward one or both of the seats, you start by removing the head restraint first. Press the release tab on the right side at the base of the head restraint and pull the head restraint up and out. Now place the head restraint on the cushion and fold the seat back fully forward over the head restraint. Pull up on the release handle marked 2 and tumble the seat forward. If you want to remove a seat, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, lower the head restraint and pull up on the release lever marked with the number 1 to fold the seat down. Step 2, pull up on the release lever marked with the number 2 and tilt the seat fully forward. Step 3, pull the release strap marked with a 3 located at the bottom of the seat to disengage the front attachment. You can now remove the seat assembly from the vehicle. Installing the seat is just as easy. Tilt the seat forward and engage the front floor attachments. Then, tilt the seat rearward to engage the rear attachments. Once it's in place, pull the release handle marked with a 1 to return the seat back to its full upright position.
If your vehicle has quad fold and tumble seats in the second row, they operate in the same fashion. Remove the head restraint. Place it on the cushion. Fold the seat back fully forward over the headrest. Pull up on the release handle and tumble the seat forward. To remove the seat, pull the release strap marked with the number 3. Installation works just like the procedure we showed you for the 50-50 bench seat. Your minivan may feature an infrared 3-zone automatic temperature control system, which will automatically maintain the interior comfort level of the driver and passengers. This is accomplished by using 3 infrared sensors located in the face of the control units, 2 in the front control unit for the driver and front passenger, and 1 at the rear. The sensors independently measure the surface temperatures of the driver and passengers. Based on the sensor input, the system automatically adjusts the airflow temperature, the airflow volume, and the amount of outside air circulation. This maintains a comfortable temperature even under changing conditions. Using the system is extremely simple. Begin by pressing the power switch to turn the system on. Then press the left rocker switch on the control panel to the auto position. Program the interior temperature you'd like the system to maintain by pressing the driver or passenger rocker switches up or down until you see the temperature you want. You can select anything between 59 and 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Incidentally, the temperature can be displayed in U.S. or metric measurements by selecting the U.S. metric customer programmable feature in the overhead console. See your owner's manual for more information. Once the desired temperature is displayed, the system will automatically maintain that level using either heating or cooling as required. Most of the time, that's all you need to know, but you can manually override the system, so let's look at some of the other controls. The left rocker switch controls the blower fan. If you want the system to heat up or cool down the vehicle faster, use the switch to select High Auto. On the other hand, if you'd rather have the system work a little more quietly, select Low Auto. It will take a little longer to reach the desired temperature when you do this. The Recirculation button allows you to select recirculated airflow for maximum cooling or to prevent the entry of outside odors. The Air Conditioning button allows you to turn off the air conditioning compressor if desired. A Rear Window Defroster button is also in the control panel. Finally, the Power button allows you to turn the system completely off. The control display is blank in this mode. When you turn off the engine, the current system settings will be saved in memory. The next time you start the engine, those settings will be reused. If you ever see the word delay in the display, it will be on a cold day. Rather than blowing cold air, the system is waiting for the engine to warm up and provide heat. It even shows you a countdown of how many minutes and seconds until heat is available. The countdown display alternates with the word delay. Here are 2 tips to help you get the most out of your ATC system. First, set a temperature that's comfortable for you and leave it. Most people find that 72 degrees is a good setting. Once you find a temperature that you like, don't change it. Let the ATC do the work for you. If you enter your minivan in the summer and it's extremely hot inside, don't adjust the temperature down. It won't cool off any faster, and you'll only need to adjust it back up again. Likewise in the wintertime, raising the temperature setting won't warm the interior any faster. Our second tip is this. Virtually everyone can be satisfied with just a few degrees of temperature difference between the driver and passenger side. The system can maintain this condition very well. However, if you attempt to set an extreme temperature difference between the 2 sides, say 60 degrees on one side and 80 on the other, it will be difficult for the system to achieve and maintain that.
In addition to the driver and front passenger zones, the system includes a third zone of temperature control for passengers in the middle and rear seats. There's a separate set of controls located above the second row of seats. These work just like the front controls we've already looked at, except they also include a mode control, which allows the user to override the system and manually select any balance of airflow between the overhead and floor outlets. The rear controls can be switched on and off by the driver using the switch knob located in the center of the ATC panel. When the knob is in the rear position, the rear controls will be available for use. Turning the knob to auto will switch off the rear controls. A locked padlock icon will appear as a reminder. There are a number of ways you can manually override the system. See your owner's manual for more information.
Your minivan may be equipped with an in-dash 4-disc CD changer. The changer unit has 4 load-eject buttons, one for each available disc. Press one of the buttons and wait for the amber ready light to appear before inserting the disc at a slight downward angle. Once the disc is loaded, it will automatically play. A light appears in each slot's button when a disc is loaded in that slot. Due to its space-efficient design, the changer can only perform one operation at a time. You cannot play one disc while loading another one into the system. If you have more than one disc loaded in the changer, you'll find that when the player reaches the end of one disc, it will automatically start playing the next disc. Except for the loading of discs, all other CD changer functions are controlled using the radio. You can seek forward or backward through a disc, scan the first few seconds of each track on the current disc, or press the R&D button to randomly play tracks on the current disc. To play a different disc, press the first or last radio preset buttons. When a disc is playing, CD track information or the current time will be displayed. Press the time button to toggle between them. If both the CD changer and the cassette tape are loaded, pressing the tape CDC button will toggle between them.
For added safety, you must apply the car's brakes before you can shift the automatic transmission out of park. If you do not apply the brakes first, any time after an engine start, you will not be able to shift out of park.
If your minivan came equipped with a factory security alarm system, it also features a Sentry Key engine immobilizer system to help prevent theft. Unlike conventional keys, underneath their protective gray covering, your keys contain a small integrated circuit chip. The chip contains a tiny radio receiver and transmitter. When you insert the key into the ignition and turn the ignition on, the car transmits a randomly coded signal to the chip located in the key. If the system receives the proper response from the key, it enables the ignition system and allows you to start the car. But if the wrong key or no key is used, the engine will start momentarily, run for approximately 2 seconds, and then shut off. If 6 attempts are made with the wrong key, the powertrain control module will disable the fuel injectors and starter. To start with the correct key, insert the key. Turn it to the crank position. The system will momentarily pause to validate the key. Then it will allow you to resume starting. You don't need to take any special steps. The system works automatically. The only difference is that if you ever need additional keys, you can't simply have a duplicate made at a hardware store. You'll need to contact the dealer to get a Sentry Key with the integrated circuit chip. Please note that if your key ring also contains a Sentry Key from another Daimler Chrysler vehicle or a device designed to make electronic transactions faster, they could interfere with the system and prevent you from starting your car. To prevent problems, simply make sure that such items are more than 1 inch away from the ignition switch when starting the vehicle.
Well, now that you've had a chance to learn more about your Dodge minivan's special features, you can really appreciate how exceptionally versatile it is.
But remember, this is only an introduction to some of your car's more popular features. Reading your owner's manual carefully is the real key to understanding your vehicle.
And once again, welcome to the Dodge family of vehicles.